Hey, we used to get to the sheep camp. This is the road.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where's the sheep camp nearby?
We're going to that old sheep camp where
cool.
We originated from.
All right, that's where at?
Alamo Springs.
Oh, this area is called Alamo Springs.
That lady, she lives here.
Right there?
Yeah, up here. This is her road both ways. Yeah, she has 2 exits. But if the water runs, that's it.
And she's just hanging out at home.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, when that water starts running, her county road is gone.
Yeah, for like about a week probably, until it dries up. The old Navajo's what do you call it? Alamo's freeway.
Oh, this is Alamo's freeway.
Yeah, all the way down to west to Sabrieta.
Oh,
Sabrieta is a little Mexican village. Yeah, and this is where they used to trade and do a lot of trading with them to make either get wine or vegetables or fruits and all that stuff. So, but that's where they drive wagons all the way down. Down here, we can see probably an old sweat lodge down there.
Oh, I see it. There it is. Oops, can you move up a little? Reminds me of one I saw in Torion. How old is that?
That's been since I was small, still there. So 47 plus years, 50 plus years still intact. I think it's more than 60 years it's been there.
Yeah. It's incredible, right? Like we're looking at history.
Yeah. This is where they do their prayer ceremonies and sweat lodge.
Nice.
This one's cast? Or
no, that's handmade.
Oh, okay.
This is how it looks first, and then it goes into this, this.
So which side do you start with when it's like a leaf?
I do flat, and then I do the I put the stamp. I put the stem in there, and then stamp it. Then you have to file each little groove with the triangle file. Make these grooves here, and then after that you dome it. I dome it there, and then make the shape of like a 3D effect. Then the end you put in this. You can call it a vein too, Like this is all handmade versus this one. Yeah, it's almost similar, but most of them these are made from China, China, Mexico, all that place that they mass produce these things. Sometimes they're half silver, half nickel.
Oh.
So this is all sterling silver made here on this table. So, and my dad used to do it, and most of his work is all clustered leaf. They call it clustered leaf. So he puts it together like a bunch of clustered leaf like this, and just puts it on a bracelet, a whole bunch of every little piece put together, And then this is like a rosette. He'll put it right there, and every little piece are put together, and that's where that's the most difficult. To me, that's the most difficult.
It's pretty
Silversmithing, like silversmithing, making those design, because I used to dislike it because it's a lot of work. Because I have to cut the whole, shape it, and then cut it with my saw blade here, and then if I want to make like a big old bracelet this big, it takes like about 80 or 60 of these leaves. So I had the small little leaf. Each leaf was handmade. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps into this 60 leaf. If I want to do 60 leaf.
60 leaves?
Yeah. And then it's going to be like, there's 6 steps in there. Like the first step is cutting the shape out. And the second step is like to file it and then shape it. Then the third step is like just to put the stem in there. And then the fourth step is to stamp it. Fifth step is to file these grooves. And the sixth step, just dome it, becomes this shape. And then the 7th step is putting it on a bracelet. A bracelet that's formed like this, and then actually putting a leaf for it like this, like that, and then soldering it. So
you just use regular solder?
Yeah, making this. I guess they call it old-fashioned, the old-fashioned silversmithing. And then a lot of in Santa Fe, they started saying that they don't see this design. Like I try to bring back the old fashioned, the old ways that my dad. But this one I used to don't like it, because how hard it is, and sometimes we get the heat on there too much and too long. Then you get melt the silver into balls, and then you have to start all over, cleaning it and everything, and it's frustrating. But one day my dad was making my mom a squash blossom, and then my dad got sick, and he finished most part all the squash, and then except for the naja, and he told me to finish the naja for my mom. So I said, just putting like 10 or 15 leaves on there almost took me a week. So it's like trying to. And he's over there laying in bed, and same time taking care of him, trying to make the naja. And I told him, "Is this right?" And he said, "No, you got to put it this is. Put some more veins in there." And that's the one thing I don't like. The vein is this little piece that goes this way. See, there's a little piece that goes on the edge. This one here.
Yeah.
Because that's the last one. That's another design you put on there, and he likes to put it on there like that. And that's one thing I didn't like. But I finished the naja. It took me for 1 week. But at the end, it came out pretty good and polished. Well, actually, my dad passed away, and then I polished it, and then I told my mom, I think Dad wanted you to have this, and he was making it this for you as a gift. And she had it, and then after like a month later, I just sat to his table. This is his table, and then started working. And all of a sudden, I started making these little leaf clusters, leaf, and I started putting it together. And all of a sudden, it felt like he was just standing behind me, like telling me this way, do it this way, do it this way. It just came natural to me. Like the thing that I really disliked making, all of a sudden became like a passion. Or
So this one's a county road again.
yes, sir.
We go from a wash to a traditional boony road.
Yeah. Tanzilka means right here is the plain. Right there. Halkadi is called. And then, but the main name is right there is Tlakada. It's also that white peak that we'll show you. That's where my great grandpa started his family. His name was Juan Huero. But Navajo, they call it Tischile. Curly hair.
Oh.
And curly hair, real tall. Some of my grandma always tell me that there's some Oklahoma Indian in him. That's why he has a big old tall stance with mustache. A lot of feral horses too, like wild horses and unidentified horses, and really taking over the land too. So
what's the? Did you know the story of the horse that they made near Georgia?
Yeah, that's where I've been trying to learn that. Teaching, learning different medicine man, some songs, but haven't really get strong in that area. But there's a song out there with each piece of the ears are made out of some cord, some sort of Mother Earth, and it's a pretty neat song. But maybe a couple down years, come back and when I learned that song, I'll sing that song.
Okay, yeah.
But but now I'm still learning that because there's a story and history of that.
Yeah.
Because horses are very sacred.
Oh,
But
their hooves are different too.
yeah, the hooves are different. And even in the White Man Bible, it talks about that, how God made that hoof with the round, and the split hoof is the only one that you can eat. You know, the round you don't eat. You know, the same way in Navajo too.
No.
You don't eat the split hoof. You don't eat the round hooves, but split hooves. You know, but in ceremonial way, sometimes they eat a horse because of the ceremony, because the power of the horse. You know, the naaldlooshii, I guess, with the healing.
Yeah.
That's what the story is. When they use a horse in a ceremony, they eat the horse meat. He's a well-known moccasin maker, and he came down here and taught moccasin and all the histories and the songs, and who made the moccasin. And there's a song to it. There's all that animal song. Each parts were donated to make that moccasin.
Oh.
So that's where we're taught. So that's where I'm trying to learn those things with other entities other than Navajo, because here we really are losing it. We're almost probably like 2%, 3% of culture. You know, we're losing the elderly. So I'm trying to learn it from other entities, other big Navajo reservation, the one that are knowledgeable too. You know, that I kind of trust, so that this not a hocus pocus kind of deal. You know, that the real teaching. So I'm trying to hold on to those things and trying to learn these nekeshes in that way. So I can teach my young, my girls and my nephews, my grandkids, my grandson. See, like we're planning for my grandson to do a sweat lodge for his kinalta. There's a name for it. A boy, it's called kinalta too, but there's a different sound to it, where it's for boys. They take him to the sweat lodge, and the grandpa and the medicine man being there teaching the boys. The boy that's changing their voice.
Yeah.
Hit puberty. When they change their voice, that's when they hit puberty. That's when they have that sweat lodge ceremony to become a man ceremony. And that's where they teach in the sweat lodge and give them airheads and give them a Navajo name. That's the way it's done properly. So that's how we're learning. I come here and I do it, and sometimes I feel like I'm closer to my parents, you know. And when I'm here in their house and working the jewelry, and then sometimes I stay away because it reminds me of my parents too. So it's like it kind of like both ways, up and down, roller coaster. So
mixed feelings.
yeah, so I say okay. Then I kind of miss my parents, and I go back here, and then I feel close to them. And sometimes so that's what this place is. You know, this is all my dad's original stuff, and nothing changed, and nothing's been modified. Nothing. This is his old. It's where they use a pine. There's a pine wood, the whole pine wood. And then if you have too many grooves, too many dents, you just get a chainsaw and clean it off and start new.
These are all his tools?
Yeah, this is all his tools except this one. I bought this one.
Okay.
This one's his old scissor, his old mallet, leather. This is all rawhide mallet.
That's rawhide?
Yeah, rawhide that's rolled.
Oh, okay, now I see it.
And this is where you pound silver with it won't scratch it. But when you're shaping like a bracelet, and just like this one here, if I'm shaping it, you know, this rawhide won't damage it. You know, you need that shape with around the silver. They won't get that scratch versus this thing, you know.
Yeah.
This thing will make a dent and scratches. Yeah, so like this is where the rawhide mallet comes in handy, is to where it shapes and pounding. And then the stamps, you know, these ones, the stamps are either for this sledgehammer or my little hammer here.
Wow. Okay, so that's pine. Is there significance behind the pine?
No, they just have it like because it's a big, nice,
Sturdy wood.
sturdy wood that can last. It won't split, you know. And then this is older than me.
How old is this wood?
I think 47 years old.
47.
Yeah.
So it beat you by 27 years old?
I wish. But yeah, this is all my dad's old belt. He just puts it up. He put it on there to hold his hammers in there.
I remember my Che would have the same thing. Even my dad would, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the leather. It just does it.
Yeah. And these things, they work pretty good. And all these holes are made from shaping the leaves or
Okay.
like this one here to dome these things. You know, you put it in here, use a domer and use your sledgehammer, and then they shape those. And then like the flat leaf here, you can put it in here and then start pounding in there. This is what it's basically used for, is a pine, just to shape the leaf here. That's how it's done. Then change it to the mallet here, the high mallet, and then just pound it down, shape it. And that's how this will come out here. The shape. Then if you know it's too high, just pound a little bit down, flatten it out, where you have contact to the silver. And then when you solder, it's easier. I think a piece of steel, that rolled steel, that they got it from a railroad or somewhere like that, and yeah, this is a ball hitch that my dad welded in a little pipe, and he modified it himself. So, but usually they'll find a big old piece of steel, scrapyard. They'll buy it, and then they'll have it for their mouth. This is my dad. Same thing is like I think it's like 30 years old. This one. So I just grind it down with 80 grit, and then have another new surface on there. Because if you don't surface it, then when you're stamping your stamp work, then it'll scratch. It'll put that dimples in there on your silver work.
Smooth.
Yeah, if it's not smooth. So
when you grind it down with the 80 grit, are you a Milwaukee or DeWalter?
I'm a Milwaukee.
You went
Milwaukee,
red.
yeah. I did the red because I don't know. I've been even my little DeWalt. I mean not DeWalt, but my little Impact and all that stuff are Milwaukee. But if I can't afford it, I go to Harbor Freight.
Yeah, right.
Then when I was young, like 10 years old, 8 years old, you sit in the back carrying a stick and scratching the road.
Yeah.
Or being driven this way to work.
Yep.
But it was fun to visit my grandma out here. You know, because out here she just lived in a trailer.
Yeah, that's kind of what reminds me of me growing up. And
she had a Skyliner.
Oh, really?
Skyliner? Yeah, Skyliner trailer.
That's nice.
Out here.
Yeah, my boys, every time we get on a dirt road, they're like, "Can we take off our seatbelts now?" It's like, yeah. Soon they're hanging out the window.
Yeah.
So where's that peak again?
That peak will be right there. That's the White Peak.
Mm-hmm.
No, the White Peak. This is just where it's recognized here. Halga is, it's all plain. This is where This is where my great grandfather, curly hair, built his house here with his wife Yanapa, my great grandmother, and My grandma's Pauline Padilla, and my mom's Lupi Sandoval. So this is where they grew up here. This little old rock building here and some wood.
Oh, okay, I see over there.
It's all, yeah, like a room here.
Yeah.
That's where they had their house. And then they herd sheep. This is really where everybody originated from. Like a little family there over that hill. And then everybody started moving that way for better grounds to the south.
Mm-hmm.
Water and all that stuff. So they left this area.
Reminds me of shots from No Country for Old Men.
Oh yeah,
It's quiet.
Yeah,
wide
quiet.
open.
But this is pretty grassy. You know, it was drought for a while, real bad drought. I guess that's the main reason they moved out of here, because of the drought. And then they moved towards the little hills, little mountains. They found pockets of water and grass that way. So everybody moved out there for convenience. And back in the 79, 70, or 81, I think, or somewhere around that area, when electric came,
Mm-hmm.
that's when everybody moved out there with the roads, highway, and close to the area.
Mm.
So there's like the leaders, you know, they really work with the county and state.
Mm-hmm.
They got the electric power out here with the, and then the highway built, a state road, 169 that was built out here.
Oh, okay.
So all the road that goes run through here is a state road highway.
So is
169.
there a reason why they don't pave that northern section of it?
It's 14 miles of, it's the Acoma mile, Acoma 14 miles. Acoma Pueblo.
Yeah.
And they're really, I guess they have like a ranch program. They're just leasing the land, but or either purchases, I don't know now, but before they were leasing it now. But they had that, the ranch management program out there. So they have a couple of the people that are running cattle on that area, and they're against it. And I'm really don't mind the way it is, but at the same time, it's the community says yes, the community says no. You know, so it don't really matter if it's built or not to me.
Yeah.
But as an emergency and more stuff to come in, I guess it's more economical way. We could have a real good road, but at the same time, also there's like drugs and all that stuff. So to easily come from Albuquerque this way for an easy road, you know.
Oh, so like a drug traffic route.
Yeah, so
okay.
that's where people are against it, for it, not. But in economical wise, you know, it's really good for the reservation, because we'll have more business from
traffic.
Albuquerque, yeah, and coming through here where people can visit through Alamo, where we can get more. Just like I said, I mean, we're in the process of trying to build like where Alamo can make their own money, regenerate their money fundings, like agriculture, like here, figuring out something to do something with this land to make money. You know, cattle is making money for the owners, but that's about it. And maybe energy, clean energy, or I don't know, you know, something that's going to help. The one program that we're working with now is the Western New Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
and they're putting cell towers all over the reservation, about 6 cell towers. So maybe those cell towers want to try to make a deal where they lease the land. So any
Yeah.
money goes through, like Verizon, T-Mobile, they'll the lease of that land will be going back to Alamo.
Mm. Leasing land and to gain money from it.
Yeah, because that the stores like that is leased out, and come to find out that the money, the lease money, is going straight to the Navajo Nation. So we're working on it to where we're reversing that, to where all that lease money goes back to the Alamo chapter, because
Wow.
the land is on ABN, it's not on Navajo Nation land.
Mhm.
ABN is Alamo Band.
Oh, okay, Alamo Band.
So
Alamo Band in Navajo.
yeah, that's way it's just like Canecito.
Yep.
Canecito Band of Navajos.
Yep.
Rama, same way, Rama Band. So we're the only 3 satellite are like that with the land. This sand, I bet it's been here since the same thing. My dad too. My dad, the outside where they have the ant hill. Actually, the ant does all the sifting for him. I guess if it's time to new my sand, I guess I had to go out there and look for an ant hill and take some pebbles like this. And then I guess they throw this one on top to make their ant hill. And that's where he gets it. He got it. He uses it for like you put in to hold your bracelet up instead of like trying to balance it here.
Oh,
He
okay.
uses
So
sand
he's
here.
just literally just using it for the
Yeah.
sand. Does it scratch up the metal?
No.
Oh,
And
wow.
then like then you have something like you can dig it down to where if you don't want anything to heat up on the bottom, you just stack the. You're just gonna work on this portion. It won't affect the bottom portion that's in the sand. It won't get too hot, Especially when I'm working on like a leaf. If I have a leaf way down here, then if I heat up, if I really put the leaf here, and if I heat it up here, this leaf might get too hot, and then the solder will jump off. So, but if I have it in the leaf part, if I have it in here like this, the leaf will be buried in there in the sand, so then I can work on this portion that won't affect the leaf that's under the sand.
Okay, so it's almost like your own natural fire blanket.
Yeah, like a blanket. So like now, I'll set this stone and we'll send it back there with my nephew and we'll see what it looks like.
How long do you think it'll take you to finish this bracelet?
Well, this looks like this now. So once he gives you go ahead and do the polishing. And he has his own secret room there. This is where I use the 3-pounder. Let me see, reach over here. 3-pounder. Go. Right here. And the little tricky part is trying to dig it out.
Yeah, I was about to ask you about that.
Yeah. So, it takes a little work to get it out, but once it's out, it's pretty good shape. I have a 5-year-old grandson. He's really a magnet for my tools.
Oh
He
yeah.
has his own toys, but I always have to take Grandpa's toys.
That's how my boys are with mine.
That's where,
Oh, nice. All right. So you just hit it.
yeah, shot plate. That's where the round silver ball. Once you heat it up, it'll form a ball. Then you just drop it in there. And you got to figure out how much of a size of it you need to make that. And so if you put it in too big, then you have that little underlay, the bottom one, and you have to file it down. But if you have just enough silver in there, you have a nice clean edge in the bottom. But if you have too much silver, then you have this little flat in the bottom.
Yeah, it's like you're peeling away the leftovers.
Yeah, so then you have to file it with the file. So this one's okay. I like it, and it just doesn't need that much of a filing to fix it.
Now I noticed we have looks like a brand new bracelet.
Yeah, this is the one we sent back to polish. It's a white buffalo. It's a twisted wire baby bracelet for Miss Zia.
And how long did it take him to polish all that?
Oh, about 10-15 minutes.
Yep, during this interview.
Yeah. We'll
So
put it
what's your
aside.
nephew's name? Can we give him some credit?
Terrell Monty. Yep, he's
Monty.
he's learning how to polish and all that stuff. So he's one to learn because he always talks about his grandpa. So this is his grandpa's work. So He wants to learn silversmithing.
Hmm.
Something just to keep in his back pocket, he said.
Good. Good tool.
So,
Chemistry.
yeah,
He's learning
that's why we
chemistry.
have a periodic table too.
Oh,
Just
I didn't
kidding.
even notice that.
No, it's just.
You guys are Breaking Bad. Where's the BR? Let's see. Let's look for BR. I don't think there's a BR in here, right? Or BD. I think it's right there. You go. There's BR, and then there's BD. I don't think there is. All right. Well, that was a 10. You got the bracelet, and now, so how do you identify what's real turquoise and what is not?
Basically, just real turquoise. You could feel like the density of the rock, the stone, you know, versus something like this. You know, there's no. It's kind of like waxy, and just not. It's probably turquoise, but not. It's probably chemical dyed and all that stuff just to enhance the color.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are stabilized. Like this one is stabilized, Sleeping Beauty.
What is stabilized?
Stabilized, like they have like a chemical, little chemical layer to where it's like it hardens it to where it doesn't break down.
Mm-hmm.
Versus to where it's like this one is turquoise, but you know it's just basically just rough cut it and then.
And that's it.
Yeah.
It's up to you to polish it and everything.
Yeah, this is rough cut. And this see like the raw turquoise, they're not shiny. If you have like a raw turquoise, this is what it looks like too. Like this is like just barely turquoise, you know.
Mm.
So sometimes they do enhance, and they have enhanced turquoise and dyed turquoise and stabilized turquoise, but basically this is what is the turquoise rock is like looked like before.
Which one?
That peak mountain way over there, big mountain.
Okay, it looks like it's missing a middle tooth.
Yeah, that the forest, the biggest mountain.
Mm-hmm.
That's called a Throne Peak in English. And then Navajo they call it Tzotzil. It means Chechil behotzil. If you look in your binoculars or something, you'll see a line of Chechil, like oak brushes.
Oh, okay.
Like a line all the way across over the mountain. Chechil behotzil. So in short, they call it Tzotzil.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of Navajo names are like that. They have a long meaning, but they shorten stuff.
Yep. That's a tricky part because it turns into almost like a slang.
Yeah.
But then you have to hear the whole thing to fulfill the meaning of it.
Yeah, so and then and that's how that's not on Navajo land, but we always recognize that. And then over here, this mesa is at that tip. The mesa, the tip goes down here.
Mm-hmm.
They call it the Pedach Iltaz. Yeah, the Pedach Iltaz, meaning the sheep fell all over the mesa. As a story, I guess my grandma told me, is a guy on top was herding sheep, a whole bunch of sheep on top of the mesa, and lightning just like struck nearby and caused a big old sheep stampede.
Oh.
And then all the sheep just went over over the mesa, yeah, and they call it the Pedach Iltaz. And then this side here, that little black mesa, black boulder.
Yeah.
It's called a tzabagan, you know. It used to have a eagle nest up there. They call it a tzabagan. That's what my grandma told me, you know. So of this peak like this, like Sakada also. So yeah, she always tells me to recognize these mountains, like when you're out there. So you'll know which way is east, which way is west, which way is north, which way is south. So
then we can look for the wagon from here.
Wagon Mountain, yeah. And then that one is that mountain, all that is Bear Mountain.
Bear Mountain?
Yeah, just the bay. But yeah, at home we used to own like 20 quarter horses, so work horses all the time. Train horses.
Mm-hmm.
And then one time they came up with the movie Horse Whisperer.
Yeah.
I said, hey, Dad, that's the way we train horses.
I I know, you just talk to them.
Yeah. And these guys are making a lot of money. They could have filmed us, I told them. But my dad, that trained horses, like whispering to the horse, like talking to the horse, and really treating a horse like a human.
Yeah.
Not just a slave or like a lot of old way was beating down a horse where he just beat him out. They're fighting and they just do whatever he's told. Yeah, you break them down of their pride, break them down, and all they're there for is working. But my dad used to treat them as humans and really talk to them. Call them like the female horses, they'll call them sweetheart. I never see my dad call my mom sweetheart. I think I heard my dad calling the horses sweetheart more than my mom. But yeah, he really loves his horses.
So sheep camps are usually famous for having spooky stories. Do you have any spooky stories about the sheep camp?
Yeah, no, not really. But there's my grandma used to tell me, like, stay inside, don't look. There's one time that my grandma had her trailer right there. The shade came off the trailer, and there used to be a water tanks here. There's 2-3 water tanks.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had dogs inside the trailer and outside. One time they had barking. The dogs are barking. Said, don't look, you stay down. Then my grandma got her dirty, put bullets in there, went to the front door, her Skyliner trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And then, don't look. But we end up peeking in the back bedroom.
Yeah.
But all the dogs were barking towards this water tank. My grandma always say, hey, come on, if you want to do your skinwalker, stand up and be a man or be a woman, whatever you are. And then and then she aims at it, and then shoot at that water tank. You can see something just black stand up and took off, and then she just let go of the dogs, and then that way just the dogs went that way and ran towards that area. That's the only part I seen that area that time.
Yeah.
And other than that, she didn't really talk about skinwalkers. She always says, "Boss kiddo, boss,"
Oh.
So that's where she always says that. But when I always talk about that story, because the little eyes just popping up behind the water tank, and then she shot towards the water tank, and that thing just took off.
Wow.
As my grandma said, it's really like shape-shifting, we won't say skinwalker, but shape-shifting.
Yeah.
Is really like was made for a good way,
Mm-hmm.
And that's where, like, for collecting medicine, or if a na is coming, they'll shape shift and come back as an animal right away, and then notify the people.
Yep.
And with that way, and collect medicine to the mountains right away, and then bring back the medicine right away so people can use it. That's the way I guess it was meant for. But just like these days, like good medicine, bad medicine, that's the way it was. Bad medicine man, good medicine man. And people started using it against each other, stealing from each other,
Mm-hmm.
And they started using it that way. And I guess the Yeti, said, we can't take it back, we gave you that gift, but there's be consequences. If you want to become a certain, you want to use it that way, it's going to be hard to get to it, to become a shapeshifter now. So I guess it was easier, different way to become a shapeshifter, to collect medicine. It was a gift from the Yetis back then. But now it's really a bad story.
Yeah.
A bad way to become that's the way the Yeti made it hard, but yet people still do it to do evil, So just to steal, just to do harm. For you to have some, for like blessing, protection also at the same time. In the white man way is like chemical reaction benefits.
Chemistry.
Yeah, but the Native American Navajo way is like a gift, like protection and thankful, thank generosity and all that stuff. So.